set up a schedule of what he should be doing on the place in terms of mowing the lawn?
Right. I don't see that here, but he's not here anyways. New business. Hope I say this right. Champolak?
Jem.
Polak. Go ahead, you're up. You had something you wanted to bring up?
Yeah. Well, you're aware of the issues that I've been having, right? With the, I'm going to start with the dog animal control officer.
The one now.
Both, past and present.
Okay.
Okay. You're aware of the issue that I was having with the people that were violating. Okay. So you guys wrote me a letter, and in that letter.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right here.
Okay.
Right here. I'm going to stop you right here. The letter that we wrote was on the intent of our attorney, okay? So whatever we're going to talk about, if it's anything to do with this letter or anything with Matt Bates in the past, we're going to stop and we're not going to discuss it. You discuss it with our attorney, okay? Because you started something with an attorney and we have a litigation going on, so we can't talk about it. Okay?
We have litigation going on?
Yeah, I mean, you made a complaint, and I got a copy of the letter that Kelly wrote and the attorney. So anything that's brought up from now on, with Matt Bates, with anything about having me being removed, we're not going to talk about it. We'll talk to our attorney.
Okay, well, then can I ask you a question then? Okay, so I spoke to Mr. Getman. Okay, I spoke to Mr. Getman.
Okay.
Mr. Getman told me that he's not answering for you guys, and he said any answer should come from the board. Hold on, let me just finish.
Yeah.
I came here, and Mrs. Beach herself told me to come to the meeting.
Okay.
She said so you could hash out the issues that you had. Okay. She told me to come. She invited me. Okay. And then I asked her, who wrote this letter? Was it her? Because her name was signed on it. And she said no, it was the board. Okay. So Mr. Getman did not sign this letter. Okay. So are you saying you guys took me to court that we're in litigation?
No, you made a complaint and it went to our attorney. Okay? So our attorney, I'm going on our attorney's recommendation. We're not going to talk about this. I mean, if you
But there's no litigation though, I'm just saying.
Okay, but we've already brought this up and we've already talked about it. It's in the letter about Matt Bates. We have no control over him.
No, but see, like, you're getting to talk about it. Like, see, you're saying Matt Bates, you have no control.
All right, let's hear what you got to say.
It's simple. I'm not combative. I could even keep it so it's a little subtle. I'm just saying with this. Okay, here's what I'm saying. In this town, I just want to discuss the ordinance. Okay?
Yep.
My belief is this. We have a town ordinance, and I'm talking about Section 2 for definitions, and I'm talking about Section 4 for restrictions. Okay? So it's clear. It's not like complicated. It says no owner shall permit or allow a dog to run within the village of Earlville unless the dog shall be restrained as provided in Section 2. Restrained as your definition is a leash. Okay? Now, I've had issues with dogs. Okay? And I've given Mr. Bates, Mrs. Lawrence, okay, yourself, I spoke to you.
And I'd come right down.
I don't know. I'm not going to say that. I spoke to you.
I'm not going to say that I come down and bend over backwards to try to help you?
No.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to say this, and if you let me talk, like, there's no attitude. I'm just saying something, okay?
Go ahead.
That's not what happened, okay? So Mr. Bates himself, okay, and Carol Lawrence, I reported it to. They told me, I have an email from Mr. Bates himself that says tickets were going to be issued, and he's told me himself, and I could provide it for the board if you would like, through email to your attorney, to anybody. He's told me that you've told him, okay, that he has to witness this dog being loose, okay? This is what he said. Okay? So you told me this yourself also, okay? You said you want to see it. And you told me to call you so you could see it. And hold on. So I'm not complaining about 1 or 2 violations. There's 80 plus violations, right? I took pictures, videos, and you in the letter, when you guys sent me the letter, you were talking about an Article 7 that goes into a different law of seizure of a dog. But you're ignoring the violations of this town, the ordinances that are here that says when a dog is loose, it's a violation. It's not like a big deal. It's disturbing the peace. The dog has defecated on my property, tried to come into my car. I told you with my daughter, I have an autistic daughter. It's a burden, okay? I'm not trying to be rude.
Okay.
I was always calm. Hold, let me just finish. I'm
Finish, and I'm going to tell you exactly what you told me too. Okay.
You can.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And if you do, then I would like to say what you exactly told me. Okay, so we could do that.
See,
There's no
this
problem.
is what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell you right now. This could go on all night, and you and I could come to fisticuffs, and I'm not gonna talk about
Why would I
something.
come
It's
to
gonna
fisticuffs?
put me in trouble. You can talk to my attorney about
But
this.
what I'm
Because
talking
you're
about
going to go
ordinance.
about Matt Bates having, you wanted him
I'm
to
talking
have
about
80
ordinance.
violations, and he wasn't going to write you 80 tickets. That's what you told me.
But hold on, but over the course of
But
what?
there's nothing we
over
can
the
do
course
with Matt Bates.
Listen,
There's
what
nothing
about
we can
Carol
do.
Lawrence? There's about
Okay,
20 with Carol
if you
Lawrence.
got something to talk about Carol Lawrence, I'll listen to that.
Okay, so let me just say something.
No, let's talk about Carol Lawrence. Let's get
Carol
Bates
Lawrence
down.
took over after Matt Bates.
Okay.
Carol Lawrence, and I could provide this
Okay.
to you also,
Okay. All right.
told me, and I'm just going to get to my notes real
Okay.
quick, so whatever. Since Carol Lawrence has been on as dog officer, when I first spoke to her, she said, everything from Matt Bates is a violation. I showed it to her. The dog was chasing the kid on a bike, in a wagon. It was crossing the street repeatedly. Cars had to stop. Defecation. I showed all that stuff to her. She said absolutely that the owner of this dog is negligent, is abusive to the dog because the dog could get hurt itself. Okay?
Yep.
She said absolutely it's a ticketable offense. It violates our ordinances, and still no ticket was written. And then she said for her to do the ones that Matt Bates did, she needs the information from that. Okay? Now, if you say to me, you've said this in the past, you said, we don't know where Matt is or whatever, and that's fine, that's fine. But I'm offering the evidence that I gave him, and you don't take that evidence to proceed with
That's
the
up to
charges.
Carol Lawrence, what she wants to do with that.
She said that's up to you,
What do you mean it's up to me?
and I can show it to you. She said it's up to you because you and Matt did all that stuff. I'm
Matt
just
Bates
telling you
and
what
I
she
didn't
told
do
me.
anything.
Well, when Matt Bates was dog officer, he told me, you told him not to put any tickets until he sees it. He spoke to Henry Moore. Henry Moore told him to go ahead. He could do the violations, okay?
Absolutely.
And then he went back again, and when he didn't write the violations, right? Like, you make it seem like I'm calling for 83 violations. This is over the span of 6 months. My whole summer went with my daughter being scared to be outside.
Listen, if you call a police officer and say, Doc Hayes just wheeled his tires out here, that police officer cannot write him a ticket unless you sign a complaint. And that's what I was telling Matt Bates. He needs a complaint signed before he
I
gets
did sign a complaint.
Okay.
And I gave him video and pictures of every violation.
All right, but-
None of it's off of hearsay.
But there's nothing we can do with Matt Bates. You have a complaint
Okay.
with Carol Lawrence, so what we'll
Okay,
do...
so even in this letter right here, just the other day, the dogs were loose. I sent it. I sent her pictures. I sent her the complaint regularly. I called her one time, told her. I didn't even call to see what she's doing, nothing. And you still said to me, no violation's going to be given out, even though the dog is loose. How's that work?
Well, how did I say that?
It's
I
in the
didn't talk to you
letter.
last
It's
week.
in the letter.
You said last week you had it.
In the
last
letter,
week.
you said it addresses my complaints from the 8th and the 30th, and those were the complaints from the 30th. In this letter,
Okay.
that's what it says.
Now, I set up a meeting with you and I, Matt canceled, and you got all upset that I didn't have it. So I'll tell you, I'm going to make a deal with you, okay? And right here with a board member, I want another board member. Kelly, you call Carol Lawrence, and let's have a meeting with her.
Carol Lawrence's mother was just diagnosed.
Well, let's just wait then. See, now, there I go again. I'm going to be Mr. Bad Guy. So what are you recommending for me?
Well,
What do you want?
Can we, I mean, our mother may be sick, but she still has a job. Can we call her and try to arrange?
When was she diagnosed? When was
She was diagnosed, she was put in the hospital for 2 days, she was actually diagnosed, late last night or early this morning.
Okay, let's give her a few days.
Yeah, but
let's
let's
give her a
call
few
her
days.
maybe next
Call her,
week.
see when a good time is for a meeting, all right? And if she needs to cancel, she needs to give us a few days heads up. Because I don't want him to think that here we go again, that I didn't have the meeting set up and I canceled, which I did. Okay?
So-
And then we can go over this with Carol and...
Sure, I just want to say one thing. With that meeting, like, you called me, you said you had a doctor's appointment. I said, fine, Matt canceled, but then you told me you were going to reschedule and never did.
Because he wasn't around.
But even with Carol, it doesn't matter. See, like, what I'm saying is this is months ago. I appreciate it. Let's have a meeting with Carol.
Absolutely.
Okay, but I should be able to, I want to bring up another point. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, another issue that I had was, and I had a way more detailed thing, so I'm going to skip through it fast, okay? Is with our minutes. okay? Our minutes for the past, I came in here and I spoke to Ms. Beach, okay? I asked for the minutes because I didn't see them up on the internet, which you guys aren't, you don't have to do. It wasn't in the book, okay? And I'm not talking about, like, it was the past 6 months was missing. From December to May, okay? That was missing, all right? And then she told me she'll have it done on Monday, and she did. My complaint isn't with Ms. Beach, I'm just telling you because that's who I spoke to. Okay? But as far as the minutes being put on, you know, or maybe you don't, I'm not sure, but you know there's a law that says it should be 2 weeks for the minutes. So even the minutes today, like how you guys approved the minutes, is actually late, okay? By 2 weeks. And that, you know, the minutes law, when it comes down to it, I think it should be posted, okay? Because just looking into everything, okay? And I love it here, okay? I love this town.
It sounds it. You know, it really does.
No,
it sounds like
just because I don't agree with something you're saying, see, that's wrong. See, like...
No, it does. It sounds,
I'm saying something.
Like
it is, because
no,
you know why?
It's
You know why?
nice.
On this letter that I got, okay? If I just sat back and said nothing, then I would have to say every person who has a dog could let it run. Imagine every person did that, and it's okay as long as it's not dangerous to you. But that's not the law.
I called the dog warden 5 times that last month.
But nothing's going on, right? So I'm saying I
She
called
went right out and picked him up.
Well, see, there you go. When I call, nothing's happening. When you call, something's happening.
We need to hear her explanation.
Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to know because you know why? Because you know what she told me? She said if that was your dog, you'd be ticketed. So if they're not ticketed, right? But if it was my dog, I'd be ticketed. Okay, right. That's like a discrimination.
So I think we can take care of the dog thing with Carol Lawrence, and we don't have to be in the board.
Okay, but I would like to, if it's not taken care of after the meeting, I would like to, you know.
What's not taken care of?
If the situation isn't resolved
after a meeting with her.
After a meeting with her, I would like, and I ask the board to be able to speak in public, right, and discuss it. Because right now I'm not getting to say a few things because you know. But the law I was referring to is the New York State Public Officers Law, Article 7, Section 106. And the reason I bring that concern up is this, and I'm going to go through this real quick. But looking into the town just recently, I come to find out, you know, 10 years, like a while ago, there was an old mayor. Yeah. Money was stolen. Stuff went on.
No money was stolen.
No. I have
money was stolen.
Not from the village. I'm trying to say something else. Hold on, but let me finish.
It made it sound like you're
No, let me just finish. If you let me talk, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. And you could roll your eyes, but I read it from a paper. I read it from a paper, and I have a quote. And one of your when you looked at that, okay, when the newspaper actually talked to you about it, because you said she was a good friend, blah blah blah, right? And I know it was from her job. I'm not saying that. And then the mayor after that had like a drunk driving incident, and then it was Mr. Excell that came in, right? So I'm just saying, when the comptroller's office did look into it, they did say that there was inaccurate. There was issues with like accounting and stuff, right? Or they were saying there was no issues.
We have never had an issue here with money being missing or anything.
No, not since I've been here.
No, not since I've been on board. No. Okay. So the comptroller's report said it did point out that there was inadequacies in the village accounting system, including the clerk's treasurer failure to use double entry accounting. Oh,
that kind of stuff?
Yeah, there's no money missing. She wasn't doing it correctly.
I got it.
So where are we going with this?
No, what I'm saying. So what I'm saying to you is, with the minutes, right? When there should be more transparency, I'm just saying the law says it should be 2 weeks. So I'm saying for there no minutes to be posted for 6 months.
Kelly, can you get the minutes done in 2 weeks or call my
Or
account?
we can do a resolution so we don't have to put them online.
Okay, that's what we'll do.
Yeah, I'm not talking about online. Forget online. I'm talking about in the book. It wasn't in the binder itself when I came here.
Because Cora's been redoing the book. She had him over there. We're in the middle of a water shut-off, taxes, board meeting, year end. We needed a couple days to get him off her desk.
I'm just saying it was 6 months. I'm not saying like it was the last one. It was.
So did you hear her explanation?
I did.
Are you happy with that?
Hold on.
It's not whether I'm happy or not. It doesn't matter if I'm happy. Sure.
So what you're saying is that minutes have not been entered into a book for the last 6 months?
Correct. From December
Is that
to.
true?
They were on
Online?
Cora's desk all done because she's redoing the book. Right now it's on my desk. But we were in the middle of everything, and we do have the right to say, come back and then they will be ready for you, which is what I did.
Okay, did she tell you? I'm just following up.
She did. So what? So I came here just last week, and because it wasn't posted on the internet, I said, let me come see the binder. When I opened up the binder, the last entry, just a couple days ago, was November of 2018.
Okay.
Okay? None of it was here. She said, come back Monday. When I came back Monday, was it there? Yes. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you is, the law states it should be in that book in 2 weeks.
Right.
I'm saying 6 months and 2 weeks. If I said 2 weeks and 1 day I came here, you're right to say that. I'm saying 6 months is a long time.
Thing, right? And you can do that. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So you're covered.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's all. I'm not trying to
So,
say
I'm
anything.
repeating, so the law says it should be in the book, whatever the book is, or the general binder.
Her binder or whatever, available to the public.
Okay.
Even if you were to post it right here, whatever the situation is. That's all it is. That's all I was saying.
Who got put in charge of dog control? Jack?
Yeah, no, Doc.
Doc? All right. So Kelly, call Carol. Let's give her till Monday. Is that okay with you? Yeah, give her till Monday.
Yep.
We'll call her Monday.
Yep.
Call her Monday. See if we can set up a meeting with Doc, and myself, and Gem. Did I pronounce that right? Gem?
Jem.
Gem.
Yep. So you didn't want me to speak about?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
With Doc, myself, and if I can't make it for some reason because, you know, there's some things going on, would you sit in for me, okay?
Yeah.
And that way you can clear this up with Carol, and if Carol isn't given a ticket, then she really, really needs to. I don't know what her problem is there.
It may be that the situation in her personal life has been a mess. You know,
Yeah.
things happen to people.
Okay. But at least we can get that meeting
Yeah.
scheduled. And as soon as you schedule, get hold of Mr. Jem and let him know. Even if you can't get her Monday, please let him know that you weren't able to get a hold of her. You're trying, and as soon as you do, you will get a hold of him.
And I have a suggestion, perhaps when Kelly does the minutes, we can just put it on the board,
Yeah?
a copy,
Yeah?
just for public review, in case she can't get up in time. How's that sound? Because you already have them computed, and the minutes are usually done within a day or 2 or 3. Just print out a copy and put it on the bulletin board.
I don't have to do that.
No.
It just has to be available in the office.
Oh, all right. So then, it will be available, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So, you don't want to talk about like the letter or whatever, okay? Because whatever your reasons are, but I don't want to be, when we have a meeting and when we have further conversation, I don't want to be disrespectful.
Oh, no,
like how it was.
you open right up. Open right up.
No, I'm talking about open right up. I'm talking about like the situation that happened.
Open up. If you got something to talk to her about, you bring
No,
it
I'm
up.
talking about with you. I'm talking about like, when me and you were talking, the disrespect that I got, I don't want that going forward. You know what I'm saying?
I disrespected you?
Yes.
You didn't disrespect me. I'm going to stop, man, because I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to blow a gasket. You called me up, I come down to your house, and I tried my best to help you. And Matt Bates didn't do nothing, and he left me holding the bag. But I come down to your house and sat on the porch with you and listened to you. I even went over there and saw the dogs. And I even told Matt Bates the dog was barking. But I tried, and then all of a sudden you call me, You know what? I have a life too. And so I think if we get this meeting, hopefully we can dissolve.
But look, you got to, don't get angry.
I'm not. I got a family to go to.
So do I.
All right, we have a meeting set up.
Okay, so what I'm saying to you is this. Hold on, because that meeting's about dog. Now, you got to say your part. Matt Bates, I was making the complaints to, okay? Matt Bates told me something different. And he said, you were part of the issue of him not being able to hand out tickets. You got involved. Hold on.
I never
and
told
then,
you that.
Hold on.
Never told me.
Carol Lawrence got hired.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Carol Lawrence got hired, and still nothing got done.
Okay.
You were the one that told me to call you when the dog was
Yes,
loose.
and I
Hold
come
on.
down.
Hold on. No one actually even calmed down.
Right.
All you wanted to come
I
down.
wanted to know so I could
Correct.
see the dog running.
I called you several times, and there was times where like you just hung up on me, whatever. I just ignored it, okay? But you told me to go F myself, okay? You did it?
Gee, I said I did?
Oh,
I just don't
I'm asking
recall.
you.
I just don't recall that. And if I did that, I'm sorry.
Well, I gave you the
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
So you told me to go F myself
Yeah.
and hung up the phone on me, right?
That wasn't right. I should have done something different.
Okay.
Should
And-
not answer the phone.
No, what I'm saying, like, you take it like sarcastically,
No,
but
I'm
I'm just
not.
saying,
I'm
like,
not.
hold on.
I'm
There's-
listening to you.
There's odd things. Like, for example, can I get, do you mind?
See, I only got to let you talk for 5 minutes. I'm going to end this pretty quick. So
You
you
don't
got
talk
anything
about me?
else you want to talk about?
Yes, what I was talking about.
Okay, you talked about dogs, you talked about me, you talked about Matt Bates, you talked about Carol. What else you got? And you talked about the minutes. So what else you got?
Talked about the minutes. You never let me ever, when I get to talk about you, you don't say anything. I just find some things that are inappropriate that come from you, like one cursing at me, okay?
Yeah.
When I was more than patient with Matt, you and everybody, I got dogs coming onto my property, you guys doing nothing about it. But then there's stuff posted like this on your Facebook, okay? That shows welcome to Shenango County with a pregnant woman drinking liquor, holding 2 biracial babies.
Yeah?
And saying things like against Muslims and stuff like that I
That's
printed
because we're in
out.
Madison County here, see, that's...
Well, you're also massive. Yeah, I got
Right,
it. Yeah.
that's-
But it says like, how stupid are we to allow our government to flood our nation with Muslims, give them welfare for life with multiple wives, stuff like that. And I find this is ironic. The one that says today's goal is to make it through work without telling someone to go F themselves. I guess you didn't make it that day when you spoke to me. So
Right.
I'm saying things like that. Or like even Mr. Muhlfeld has things like when an Indian man...
But that's our business.
Not really. When you're a public
It is
official...
too. Read your letter. You got me.
No.
Yeah.
When you're a public official, you do have freedom of speech. Because I believe in freedom of speech. But your freedom of speech actually
It might be different from yours.
is limited.
Yeah.
And this kind of stuff, I don't care what you say on Facebook. But when you carry it over to your job and you're yelling at me and you're telling me to go F myself and stuff like that, and then ignoring flat out ordinances, this does become relevant.
I'm not ignoring the ordinances. We have people to take care of it. If they're not doing it, then we'll take care of that. But we have to figure it out.
But you
We're not
told me
gonna
the
go
letter
with
you're
just
not
your
going to do
word.
anything about
With
it.
just your word. And furthermore, those posts that come on to me, and I just forward them, okay? Because I think they're kind of cute.
Okay.
All right? So that's
All right.
what they... That's,
Well, that's
I don't
your
go-
attitude.
I don't go and look for them and do it. They come up on mine and go, well, we'll forward that.
Well,
I guess what I got to do is take you off my Facebook thing.
No, it's not
Yeah, I think that's
that. What it is you got to understand from me, if you treat me a certain way, tell me to go F myself as a mayor, and I don't find that proper, and then at the same
Doc
time...
wasn't here kicking me. I probably would have told you that already. Because I've all had enough. All
So
right?
go ahead
That's
if you
it.
want to. If you already have, it doesn't matter.
I do too. We are getting off the subject.
And I would make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
No, because we got other stuff we got to take care of. And I can tell him that we're done. We're done. I mean, the 5 minutes, he had more than 5 minutes. He's done, and I'm going to go with Earlville Fire Department new member.
No, he's not here.
Okay, who is it?
Is that correct?
Give me some background.
He's a transfer from Madison.
Madison.
He's a transfer. He's got BFO, water supply, a couple other classes.
Live in the village or just outside?
He
or-
lives in the village on Clark Street. He's a school bus driver in Hamilton, for Hamilton School. Seems like a good guy. We approved him.
You approved him?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to make a recommendation that the board approve him as long as the fire department approves him and get him on board.
Second.
Aye.
Okay? And New York State DEC plans for landfill. Okay, they're asking that if you read it, give them permission to go on and check for water contamination at the old landfill. And we have a application, so to speak, to fill out and to get back to them. So, I believe if you don't do this, they're going to do it anyway. So,
This has nothing to do with the Susquehanna watershed,
no,
does it?
no,
No.
I don't believe it doesn't say anything in there.
I didn't see it, but I didn't read it very closely. This is all New York State DEC, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it appears to be.
preliminary investigation. Administrators. That's what this Department of DEC, Agricultural and Water. So what's your recommendation, guys? Fill this out and get it back to them? It's gotta be notarized.
Yeah, if you figure they're gonna do it anyway, you might as well say, okay,
I
we
would,
can do
I
it.
mean, how do you, how can you stop it,
I don't think you can.
you know?
You just make them come back faster.
Yeah.
And if we send this in, when do we know they're gonna do it? Take a while.
Yeah,
Nothing's being dumped there now anyway.
just our leaves and brush.
Right.
Nobody's supposed to be dumping garbage down there, and as soon as we start seeing it, we'll have to lock it back up. Yeah, I don't see anything where it says watershed.
Perhaps we should check our insurance policy for remediation.
Yeah, you can do that. Check to see, talk and ask about this.
Somebody may,
If it's okay, if it's, they say it's good to go, we'll fill this out and send it.
Send it in.
Right?
What does it have to do with insurance?
Liability or-
no, I'm just thinking ahead. I mean, maybe somebody
Basically, they're
illegally
looking
dumped
for
something.
chemicals and stuff
Right.
that may have been buried years and years.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Perhaps,
So, yeah, that's gonna be covered if it's found.
great. That's what I want.
Okay. You have a copy of this, Kelly? Or is this
Yes, I do.
yours? All right, old business, Kathy Miller water bill.
Kathy come in and pay the bill. She was short. But she mentioned that now she's getting an attorney for the late fees on the previous bill, not the $500, but the late fees. That's just an update.
Okay. All right. Public comment. Anybody else?
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
I was at the playground on Saturday, and I noticed that the plastic slide has a crack in it.
Okay.
Just FYI, it's not severe at this point, but
Could
I want
be.
to keep your eye on it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's get DPW over there and check that out.
You don't want to get some skinny stuff.
Exactly. That way you're aware.
That's
Keep
so
it
glad-
expanded.
I'm glad you look at stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad you take the incentive to do that. Everything else looks good over
Yeah.
there?
Everything else fine.
All right. I see we have a new gentleman. You have anything to bring up?
Oh, myself, no.
All right, so I'm pretty proud of that AFLAC thing for the department. I'm pretty proud of the village board. And you were part of it to get this going, and that should help these guys out and show our appreciation. Because I think the fire that they had last week brought up a lot of issues. They had a lot of issues. I mean, they did a damn good job. The truck got out like in 7 minutes, which is pretty good. They had some issues, some other things going on. I guess they had a guy that had ran over a hose and it was DWI. You know, I see a guy mowing his lawn, looked up, see the smoke, mowing his lawn, gets in his truck, picks up another guy and heads up there. I mean, that's the kind of thing they don't need, you know, people up
Oh,
there
like
in the way.
spectators?
Yeah.
They'll see- oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you could see it right from the house. I just so it and sat there, but yeah, they did a good job. You guys, I mean, I can't thank you enough. And I'm sure the village board can't thank you enough. And I think by doing that AFLAC, at least we're showing some kind of incentive, appreciation for everything you do. And you guys get talking on that new firehouse, whatever, let me know, because I give you some ideas, like with the Army Corps of Engineers, will,
Okay.
you know, they may do what they did with Shenango County, say, hey, you guys buy the materials, we'll put it up.
Okay.
You know, so
Good.
that would help out a lot. All right, so just to recap, Kelly, you got, give Carol Lawrence a call Monday, please, and set up a meeting with her, Doc, myself, or Doc and Margaret. And as soon as you do that, get over that, jump. Okay? All right. And then that will be a long meeting, because I won't say it. I'll just have to, but she's not doing her job. If she's not giving out tickets, I don't know what the problem is. We'll have to figure it out. All right? All right. Executive session, we don't need to go into it. I thought we were going to have to, but I guess we didn't have to. So that's a good thing, because you all know I don't like to go into them if we don't have to. And Mark will start his
Workday at 6 in the morning, not 4.
yes, and we have a letter, finally got the letter from the village of Earlville for the truck that we're purchasing from them, so that's a done deal. So, and that's done. Now, both boys, we gotta have them required to get CDLs for that truck, and they'll have a year to do that.
Can they drive it in the winter time without a CDL?
No, we're not gonna let them.
Okay. Who's gonna drive it if you need to use it?
No, we'll figure it out. I think Dale, or they should have it by then, it shouldn't take very long,
Okay.
you know?
Well, I know they've been dragging their feet to do it.
Drag their feet in a lot of things.
Was it in the job spec?
No, we put it in there, because this is a new piece of equipment that you have to have.
Right, that's what I was
You know,
suggesting.
so if it needs to be put in there, we can put it in there.
Phil,
A lot of that was my mistake too, I mean, because we decided we were gonna do that when we hired, but we never bought big enough trucks, we bought that little trucks. But this is, I felt that, Jack and I both felt that this was such a good deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 800 gallons of mag, or salt brine that we use, and we've only been getting 200, because that's all we had big enough. And this truck can do East and West Main and easy. So, and it's just like Randy said, you can always offer to ship salt brine from Hamilton to the Berlin for a fee, you know. So,
That's not a bad idea.
no,
No.
no, and it's what is it, 20, it's 2006 with, what mileage was on it?
2007.
What is it, John?
27,000.
Yeah, 27, okay, for $16,000. That's with the tank and the spray system and
So that includes the tank and all that?
everything.
Okay.
And do your people know how to maintain
Well, they're gonna.
did
John,
you say this is a
John,
done deal, though?
huh?
Did you say this is a deal?
Yeah.
This is a done deal?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a done deal from us because we approved it and we have the letter from the village that's
Yeah.
saying that they're gonna go.
it? Sell it to us as soon as they can.
Yeah, it's in April.
Okay, so this was acted on before I was on board.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't been approved.
No, they haven't, this a letter.
No, you guys haven't approved it yet.
We put money aside for it. So we'll just have to approve it.
Yeah, you need a resolution to purchase it.
So let's wait for Jack to be here because we have until April to do that. All right?
Until
So-
April
Yeah.
next year?
April,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So they should be able to have that with their CDL by then. All right?
Good.
Okay.
So we're not gonna work on, we're not gonna act on this?
No, maybe we'll make sure Jack is here because he's got some information and he's got some jobs and.
But you're talking April next year?
Yes, April of
When
2020.
when they expect the delivery on their new truck, on this one,
Right.
right, which we have not agreed upon
Right.
here yet.
Right, but our little truck needs a lot of work, the boxes is rusted, and we have to make a determination on, do we wanna fix it, or do we wanna put a flatbed on it, or what, but we'll need to, I think, Jimmy, you did say it was fixable, or something, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's fixable, it's not money.
Yeah, so if we, I mean, there's other options like putting a flatbed on, which would be cheaper. So it's all.
If you put a flatbed on it, what would you use it for?
You can put the sulfur on it,
Oh, okay.
sander,
You put sideboards out, which
you put sideboards on it. And,
Yeah.
you still have to dump.
Yeah, and that's another thing is with a bigger dumping, Dale can park it and dump snow in it and get that and take it over and dump it instead of taking a bucket over and dumping it. And
Yeah.
it's a safety violation, safety too. I mean, look how much he's backing into traffic.
Oh, yeah. I've watched him.
No. He said it's a lot easier. Well, sometimes things are, done to be easy.
Well, we only need one man when you're doing that.
Well, you only need one man to do the other.
Somebody gotta drive the truck.
Well, you have somebody,
You get out of the back, go get in the truck and drive the truck. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. I mean,
that may not be what they have in their mind that they want to do, but that is the workable situation.
Yes, I actually had somebody comment to me, why does he do that? Why doesn't he dump it in the truck?
you know.
This guy likes to do it time.
No, it's just the way they've done it.
That's the way they've
Always done it.
Yeah, they've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm agreeing with you, if you take the dump truck, you dump it in the truck, it's 5 minutes. If he has to come down to the dump every time, it's.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's been taking it over to the baseball field, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll take the motion.
I'll second it.
Aye.
Aye.
Jen, nice to thank you for listening to me. The booklet, the ordinance, the little booklet. Any of those?
Yep.
Yeah, aren't you smiley lucky thing?
That's not my point.
So, continue to let us know if they schedule that meeting, and if that's going to go forward.
That's the dog violation. They're really not trying to act like he's trying to fuck my husband and shit. So what my point is this: I've been doing some research too while I've been talking to all of you and whatever. What I really want to do is I have everything typed up way better. I want to take everything, send it to you guys. Okay? And I want to know if there's a way that we can send this to like Mr. Cuomo's office. Because he's an elected official, and really the only person that could really do anything.
Well, the DA is who we would go to next.
Him, the DA, the sheriff, and the state police are like this. I've already tried certain things. I can't even get someone whose dog to get a ticket. The DA here is so corrupt. When I tell you, I had an issue with my neighbor, right, where they dug up like 50 by 100. I've been getting harassed since I moved here. To me, it's like it is. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they dug it up, literally. Okay, it's a crime. It's like criminal mischief.
I think when I say DA, I'm talking about.
Like it can't be.
When I talk to Zach, I don't think we're talking about Zach.
Mr. Hager, and this is my story.
Okay, I apologize then, because when I had a conversation with Zach, who was our chief of staff, he was kind of telling me kind of next steps and things to look out for tonight. It was my impression that this was going to the state level, because that's what we can do. As state senator, she can take it up to a state level. But let me check back with you on
Sure,
that.
that's what I
if they're talking about the district, yeah, that's a different animal, and I understand.
I'm telling you, it's not going to do any good because literally I've spoken to Gaber, Muscari, I've talked to the Personal Standards Bureau for the police, like with the issues. My neighbor is related to the Herkimer sheriff. Once I put a complaint in, right, like it was like literally propaganda, nothing has happened. They went and talked to him, and then that's when he got involved with my dog issue, and I couldn't even get a ticket. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And I have evidence of it, you know?
Yeah,
like,
you have plenty. You've done a very good job.
Trust me, like, I have more evidence than you ever seen. Like, it's just crazy. No question. I'm not like making it up. It's not like,
No, definitely.
You know what I mean?
No, definitely. No,
it's crazy.
You're doing your due diligence. I appreciate it. I also appreciate the Miami Heat hat. I love the Miami Heat. So anyway, I'm big to
I liked him since LeBron. You know, and Pat
I'm right
Riley,
there,
because I'm
too.
like a Knicks fan too.
I'm right there too.
You know?
Yeah.
So I like Pat Riley.
You ever listen to Dan Levitard show?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
love it.
Me
I love
too.
it.
Me too.
But anyway, sorry, I
It's okay.
digress.
It's okay.
No, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing the right thing.
Okay.
I think you did a good job involving us. So, you know, I got to step back. I'm not going to say anything yet.
Sure,
We're
no,
just
no.
observing, and you're
I got it.
to the points that you're making.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's inappropriate behavior being done, and they didn't want to address it in that meeting. That's an issue.
That is. That, like, we're in public. If you're going to say to me, if you're posting it public,
Make
then
sure
we're
you
in
get
public.
a hold of the minutes from tonight.
I have all the minutes going back to 2007 to now, because I found crooked stuff in there. You got, I don't even want to get into it. It's
Yes,
just,
no,
it's
fine.
insane.
It's fine. No, I get it. But no,
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
I
keep us
appreciate you coming
involved.
out.